Are you considering upgrading your home with automation sensors and worried about how bad they look? Well, Starrbot has come up with some new sensors, the Starrbot Mini and the Starrbot Tiny. These are new age motion detector PIR sensors that look good, and they're built both for concealed ceilings as well as surface mounts. They're really tiny in size, which means you can conceal them easily in your ceilings and still have an automated home. Let's check them out. So these come in nice blue packaging. As always, Starrbot sends their devices in these blue packages. So both these sensors are very similar. They're not the same. They have a few differences. They can handle maximum load of up to 800 watts. This tiny sensor, this is for concealed ceiling, and it's in a smaller box. Of course, it's much smaller. Timings can be adjusted between 10 seconds to 7 minutes. And rated load is about 400 watts, they say. And this is also similar for the mini sensor. So this one can also do a slightly bigger range. So this has a detection range of about 10 meters, I think 8 meters. And the tiny has got a range of about 6 meters. And even from a load perspective, this can also hold a load of about 1200 watts, LEDs to about 300 watts. I don't know what's the difference, but anyway, there's adjustable ambient lighting, which means you can switch it on based on the amount of light which is available. And of course, the timing of about 10 seconds to about 7 minutes. Opening the box, I can show you how good. So this is the tiny sensor. They all come with a small user leaflet, so you can have a look and see. This is a 24A model, so retail packaging will be a little different. So they've given basic instructions how to fix this and how to use them. And look at how small this thing is. So this itself looks like a spotlight, and it will be really concealed well between those concealed LEDs that you have. There are some instructions mentioned on the device as well. And it's got a nice glass covering for the terminals. Let's open the Mini up. So this one's slightly larger, and this is meant for the surface mount. Again, very well built device. I like the finish. It's got a plastic covering for the sensor area. At the back, you have the typical terminals for almost all PIR sensors. You have a line in, you have a live line, you have a neutral line, as well as a load line. So connecting it is pretty simple, and you can see the screw mounts there. And there's an instruction manual even for the mini version. So everything is detailed and everything is provided. It's pretty easy to fit, or you can use an electrician. They've also given some screw mounts for the surface PIR sensor. And one of the nice things I like about this one is you can actually take off its shell. You can have it mounted, and you can have all the screws concealed neatly behind that cap. And you can see that it has all the adjustment variables right at the side. This is not a new feature, but I like the way it has a covering shell. So you can adjust the amount of time it can stay on your LED or your device, and you can adjust the amount of ambient light you want it to start working for. And once you finish fixing this, all you have to do is just put this cover and give it a twist. So the quality of these sensors seem to be getting better. Even this tiny sensor, you can remove the cap and you can see all these parameters can be adjusted by removing the small little cap on top of the sensor itself. So I'm going to have a basic test with this one. Both the sensors are very similar, so I'll just use this surface mount to show you how easy it is to get it operational. So the diagram is pretty simple. You have the neutral line in the first socket, you have the live wire on the right corner of the socket, and the load goes right in the middle. If you have a small screwdriver, you can actually add 3 wires. So I'm connecting neutral on the left, the live wire is yellow wire. The load line will be in between, which will go to one of the LEDs, or this bulb over here which I'm using. Yeah, that completes the circuit. So the bulb has a neutral wire which is directly connected to the AC line, along with the neutral line from the sensor. And the load line, which is the live line, goes to the bulb itself from the sensor. Very simple setup. I'll just repeat this again. So the main AC source is here. You have the live and neutral line coming directly to the sensor. There's a load line, which is your live line from the sensor going to the bulb. The neutral line, of course, needs to be connected to the mains. That's it. So let's power this on and hope nothing blows up. Okay, I'm going to power it on. Okay, it works. So I'm actually standing right here, so that's going to keep working as long as I have my presence here. Okay, that just went off. And it's not going to work because there's enough of ambient light, so the sensor needs to be adjusted for it to work in this kind of bright light. Let's do some changes here. I'm just worried that the wires will snap out. So let's give it a try. Okay, I'm going to adjust the ambient light sensor. It's pretty simple. So you just give it a nice twist. So the time is okay. I'm just going to make it work in brighter light environment. There you go, it started working. The same thing can be done with the mini sensor as well. So you can adjust the time and adjust the ambient light which it's going to work with. And these are really useful devices in corridors, and they got a good range, detection range. So 8 meters is about 25 feet approximately. So that's really good detection range. So if you have a 2-story building and you have a light right on top, it can still detect a person moving. And these things are really useful to have, especially in darker areas where you don't have enough of visibility to the light switch. So these are where these devices come in handy. So right now it's actually working. The moment I wave my hand, the light comes on. And you can use a much bigger bulb here. So this is just for the demo. Okay, now for some bonus content. So we do have another sensor-based light switch. Sensor-based light. So this one is a small LED light. It's a surface mount light. It's got the sensor actually built right in the middle of it. So this PIR sensor is actually integrated into the light. So this is a 15-watt bulb. It's a warm white version. And the advantage of this is it's got everything in one piece. So it's got the light around the sensor. And you don't have to do anything here. You have to just connect it to the mains and it will start working. It's got a unique design though. So this is apparently a variant of light where you can actually take off the back section and it just would slide off. I initially didn't understand how it works, but then after a little bit of playing around, I figured it out. Yeah, so you can just pull it right off. So this section on the right hand of mine can be fixed to the wall, and then once you have the lighting fixed, all you have to do is just slide in this PIR based light and you're good to go. Very innovative. The only thing though is there will be some sort of a gap between the wall and this light. That's the only thing which I feel is a downside for this, but I like the idea of getting this disconnected so easily. And it works great. So the moment I open the door, well, it does work. I'm sorry, the camera just didn't pick up such a bright light easily, so I'll have to just play around with the brightness. But the light does work great. Every time, it never fails. So that's the gleam light there. I think you can see it right now. It's much clearer. There you go. That's the gleam light. So the sensor is right in the middle of that lighting system. Works great. And gives a lot of light. So this 15 watt is nice. There's hardly any kind of flicker. So good quality bulb. So that's my short review on the Starrbot's new range of sensors, the mini and the tiny, as well as the gleam light. I'll leave links in the description below in case you want them. They're really good devices to have to automate your home in a small way. As always, if you like the video, please hit the like button, if not the dislike button. Do subscribe, it helps. And please share the video with your friends and ask them to like as well. It helps the channel. Once again, thank you so much for watching rTech. I have many such videos here in my channel and continue to watch them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.